Our next talk is virtual from Costa Rica with Esmeralda Huezo, and she's with the Costa Rica University, and she is presenting on wildlife-friendly National Route 253 in Guanacaste.
Thank you. Thank you for having me from Costa Rica. I will present this work that we conduct here in Costa Rica. Let me see what happens here. We are in a conference talking about the impact of the road, so I will skip this part. We already know this problem very well. This is a very briefly mention the work that Costa Rica has been doing over the years. We already have more than 100 scientific papers, focus on this topic. And we also have more than 40 wildlife crossings, underpasses and overpasses throughout the country. But we still have a gap. And this is very important for us because roads that are already built and have no improvement projects in the future, they cannot be intervened because there is no way for the government to justify the budget. So that's why we designed this research to show the government that there is an impact and that we must find a way to take action. So why we choose this road? Road 253 is a secondary road located in the north of the Costa Rica, in the province of Guanacaste, and there is all over the place the tropical dry forest that is very important for us. And near to this road, there are many national parks that protect this ecosystem, especially. But it is also the only way that have access to the main tourist pole that we have here in the north of the country. This is Papagayo Peninsula. This is home of the many luxury hotels, including the Four Seasons, as you can see, and the roads ends right here. So to make this work, we create a partnership that was very important for us among several institutions with the academia, with Universidad Latina of Costa Rica, the private sector that were they, Peninsula Papagayo, we involved in all the project. And then we also work with an NGO that is Pantera. This is a organization that works with felids. So we use as a base of our fieldwork the environmental guide that has these 4 pillars that is like a recipe to do in the field. So you need to measure the environmental fragile areas, measure the wildlife vulnerable to road impact, and identify the natural wildlife crossing and also the environmental measures. So we collect data on roadkill. We install camera traps along the road to monitor wildlife movements. We put these cameras in the canopy forest and also in the forest. And also we conducted interviews with the local community in order to know what they know about the impact and about the road kills. So we collect a total of 466 roadkills animals. We find all 4 taxonomic groups like amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and also birds. So Also, we find the presence of the roads. See, here you can see the roads. In these dots, the blue ones are the presence of jaguars, and also the red are the presence of puma, very close, exactly in the road, or in the road. I was telling you that the amphibians and reptiles were the group with more road kills. And also we observed a lot of species moving uh, through the road. You can see we have tapir that it was not reported in this place, and also all the species that we already know for the dry forest, like monkeys, peccaries, tairas, and a lot of others wildlife. So with all this data, we analyze all this information and made the hotspot map. And yes, I know what you're thinking, probably. Basically, the whole road is a hotspot, right? So for analyze this, we divide the data by also taxonomic group, but we get together some groups like, for example, amphibians and reptile, because they usually use the same structure. So we made only a map for amphibians and reptiles. And also we group the flying species, in which we put together birds and also bats. So we create also a map only for flying species. Then we have arboreal species and also the terrestrial species. So after that, we select the most appropriate mitigation measure for each site. And also we consider not only the size of the animal, but also the behavior of the animal. So we already in Costa Rica have all the designs, the technical designs for rectangular underpasses, that is for big mammals, square underpasses for medium-sized mammals. We have the round underpass for amphibians and reptiles. And then we also have the culvert adequation or the retrofit. And of course, we are a country with a lot of arboreal animals. So we have the arboreal passes and also the fence. We still working in the projects because we need the government understand that fence is a very important complementary for the passes, either if they are rectangular, squares, or round. So finally, the main result of this was detailed as a data sheet for each hotspot. So we took every hotspot and we identify which species were there and classified as a taxonomic group. And then we prepared these sheds. We put, for this is an example of one of these sheds that we have the taxonomic group. For example, in this case, arboreals and terrestrials. We have the exactly location, and also we include the characteristic of the roads if we're a curve in the site, or how was the topographic point. Then we put the kind of forest there. For example, in this case is in a river, so this is a forest related to the river. And then the species that we find, and for this in this case we have coyote, we have ocelot, we have taira, and then we propose what we need. In this case specific, there is a bridge over there, as you can see. So we recommend a culvert adequation or a retrofit, and also an arboreal path, then the fence, and then we have the sign. So this was very important because with all this information we sent to the government, so they have what happens in every point along the work, and hopefully they can involve or construct some of these structures of these underpasses, arboreal passes. We find 41 critical points along the 20 kilometers of these roads. So at this moment, we gave this information to our national government, to the environmental government, and also the Minister of Transportation here in Costa Rica, that is MOPT. And we are still waiting a response for the solution. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Esmeralda.
You're welcome.